Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. It's always good to have new faces. And if you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's lovely to see you. Get yourself comfortable. You know how my readings go. This is a reminder for those who are seeking a personal reading. I will be leaving my readings open for the next couple of days, and then I will be going through all of the people that have emailed me. Once I have been able to speak to everyone, seeing what they need, I will then complete readings and then open my readings up again because I've just got too many coming through. So if that's something that interests you, please have a look in the description box down below. I have 2 emails that you can reach out to me on. Sometimes it takes me 2 to 3 days to get back to someone simply because I've just got so many emails to go through. But let's continue with what I was saying before. All of my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Anything that comes up in the areas of law, in the areas of finance, mental health, physical health, please know that I'm not a professional. Any messages that come through, if they do resonate for you, please make sure that you are actually speaking to someone in those designated areas before taking any advice from me, any advice from any kind of tarot reader or spirit. I'm looking for just like one piece because I've got so many little pieces in here. I had a needle in a haystack. I've got a load of messages that came through. A needle in a haystack. I feel like there's something that needs to be done and someone's dragging their feet. Like I set up my reading. I set up for this reading like half an hour ago and I kept pottering around, and it's like I didn't want to sit down and start channeling, and that usually happens when something heavy needs to come through, or it's almost like having to do your taxes or having to, sprinkling the whole house, things that take time, things that take, either mental dexterity or whatever that may be. Someone here is kind of putting it off. And I heard, you've got to do it. So for someone here, there's something that you've been putting off, or someone in the collective has been putting off that you need to do. It's important that you do it. And I heard time's ticking. So it could be an opportunity that has knocked on your door and you haven't opened the door yet. It could be that you're getting lots of emails for clients, for example, and you haven't responded to them. It doesn't have to be that. Know that if I say he, she, masculine or feminine in my reading, I'm actually talking about energies. It's up to you whether or not you assign a gender, whether you swap them around, whether you leave them as they are, or whether you get rid of them completely. It's really up to you. Just don't force the story if it doesn't fit for yours, as it is a collective reading. Things may resonate, things may not resonate, and if they don't resonate for you, they'll resonate for someone else, okay? What was going to say? Something else and I cannot remember. Always use your discernment, okay? My readings are supposed to give you confirmation of what you already intuitively know. So if it's not doing that for you, it's not your reading, and that's absolutely fine. Now, let's crack on. I have my little lady bell. If you have any kind of sensitivity to sound, please turn down the volume now. Put it here. Okay. Now, the messages that came through, I had 2 songs. I think it's one from the 80s, one from the 70s. It was Let's Get Physical. Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get to physical. Let me see your body work. That song, like, big mullets and little like aerobics spandex on. And then the other song was At the Car Wash. At the car wash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Talking about the car wash, yeah. So I don't know. For some reason, my guide said born in the 80s or born in the 70s. Something about being born in the 70s to the 80s, or this type of music being important in someone's childhood, maybe. We also had the message coming up with I know better than you. And another message, I think it's quite specific for someone, was you laughed with this person a lot when you were young. And then we've got needle in a haystack. So let's see what wants to come through, because these are all very interesting and very varied messages that came through today. And also that sense of, I need to note it down, that sense of kind of not wanting to start something because you know that it has, or someone here knows that it's very intricate and that it's going to take time to build. So it could be that you have a specific project that you want to start doing. You might want to write a book, for example, and you know you have all of these different chapters in your head, But sitting down and actually starting it, and then once you've written a page, having to go back through it and making sure that it's grammatically correct. It's that kind of knowing that I have to, and I'm just saying I as in collective, I have to sit down and I have to work this out, and I have to write this down, or I have to do this, this and this. And knowing that once it's done and you get into the flow of it, you'll be fine. But it's starting it, and someone here is either having trouble starting it or is procrastinating. Okay, so there is also procrastinating. Procrastination. My words are all funny today as well. And I had that yesterday as well, that the thing is as well, this may not actually be your energy. If you don't resonate with that, that may be somebody else. Like someone who wants to come forward towards you, they may be procrastinating. Like they know that this is to do with there's some sort of collaboration or something along those lines that will only be for some of you. This one or the bottom one. This one. Yeah. Because if it doesn't resonate with you, that like you're procrastinating, there's someone here that wants to reach out in some way. They may come across as a little bit egotistical, and that's been coming out in some of my readings, that you may butt heads with this person, but they're going to be a really good mentor, or you're going to be a really good mentor for them. Because that I know better than you energy's coming out. It's giving me like a mixture of Aries and Aquarius. This person could have been born in the 70s or the 80s. You may have been born in the 70s or the 80s. So this music may be really inspirational for someone while they are creating or working through a project. It may be something, there's something here about listening to music that lifts your vibrations while you're working. You've got Grieving and Harvest Witch coming through. The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. And you have Harvest Witch. What sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? Interesting. I feel like I want to read. And I've been told not to read both. Which one should I read? The Grieving or the Harvest Witch? Harvest Witch. Okay, that's number 21. Let's have a look. Harvest Witch. And it says here for the keywords, rewards for effort, maturity and satisfaction. We've been talking about putting in hard work, just getting it started, because once you do, and I feel like, yeah, with this needle in a haystack, someone doesn't know where to start, or it may be a little bit too overwhelming, or you may be looking at it like the whole mountain rather than looking at the little steps that you have to take to get up the mountain. Now it says here, let me show you the card. Your higher self chose this card because there's no guarantee a crop will yield results, or that the results will be worth the effort. Sometimes things don't work out despite your blood, sweat and tears, and there comes a time when you have to be honest about how much longer you can invest in a dying crop. You may need to consider whether or not you have actually given all you have to give. Perhaps you've taken shortcuts here and there, used cheap materials to save money, or given half-hearted effort. This card represents the moment when you weigh your efforts versus your rewards. Harvest Witch is here to evaluate your progress. She asks you whether you are doing enough to bring your goals to life, or are you playing it safe and small and approaching your dreams with a naive perspective. She reminds you that you get out what you are willing to put in. If you've been cutting corners or procrastinating, hello. Harvest Witch advises you to take a more grounded and practical approach. How can you better be prepared to handle your circumstances? Are you truly invested in seeing your goals come to life, or is this something that would be nice to have but nothing you're passionate about? If you've been putting in a great deal of effort with very little results, perhaps it's time to shift your tactics and try something different. You may need to find a fresh way to go about achieving your goals, or it may be time to cut your losses altogether and find a new dream to explore. When a crop is diseased or tainted, it may be in your long-term interest to destroy what's dying so that the rest can have a fighting chance. There will even be moments when the entire crop needs to be destroyed and you'll have to start again. Be honest with yourself, listen to your heart and move forward with the choice that will support you best in the future. So this is, I feel like there's something someone's working on, and either it's become a bit of a chore, or something that you once saw or someone in the collective saw as a passion's lead is losing its fizzle and its sizzle a little bit. So it could be that you're taking on way too many clients. It could be that, you're a custom painter and you've taken on way too many deadlines, and it's no longer enjoyable. It's now becoming a daily grind. There's a need to have a look at it's work smarter, not harder, is what I'm getting from this as well. And grieving coming out. I don't feel like I need to read this card, but the chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. I feel like someone here may be ignoring. There's something here about ignoring how you're feeling, or the trials and tribulations that you've been through to get where you are. Now I've been told to read it. Now I'm being told to read it. Okay. So grieving is only 2 behind. Grieving. Keywords: grief, mourning, deep sorrow, heartbreak. And it says the chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. Your higher self chose this card because grief isn't just about the death of a loved one. Mourning is defined as feeling regret or sadness about the loss or disappearance of something. You can grieve the end of a career and move from one place to another, letting go of a dream or seeing your children leave the nest. While grief isn't pleasant, it's important to acknowledge the loss of something or someone that is important to you. Doing so doesn't reduce the love you had for what you had lost, but it does give you a way of letting go and moving on. To ignore your sadness is to deny a meaningful part of your life story. Pulling the grieving card is an opportunity to embrace the heavy emotions you have been carrying. Express the fullness of your heartache as a tribute to what once was. And then once you have cried, screamed, gotten angry or sad, your spirit will be free. It's only when you deny your grief that it becomes baggage. Will you feel sad from time to time? Of course. Memories have a way of creeping in, even with a healthy grief process. But it won't be a constant thorn in your soul. This card also reminds you that it's okay to feel sorrow for something or someone who is gone, even if that personal thing brought you great harm. The bad memories don't erase the good ones, and there's nothing wrong with cherishing any happiness you once experienced together. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand your grief, because it isn't theirs to understand in the first place. Now, placing these two together, it may be that someone's guide here or the universe is asking them to pause for a moment and asking them to take some time for themselves, because something seems to be quite overwhelming at the moment, and it could be for you or it could be for the person that you're thinking of, especially if we've got these two energies of one being like a daily grind that used to be a passion's lead or used to be something that really lit them up. And it could be a creative block that's come in also. And it seems to be because of some sort of grief. Okay. And that's a change that's happening. That is painful. And you can see that it's also being guided by your guides, because there's lots of blue little butterflies in this person's chest. And blue butterflies for me have always signified, passed over loved ones or your guides or, your angels. It's your team of highest light and resonance being with you. But there's something that needs to be processed. There's something that needs to be let go of in your own time. But someone seems to be hiding themselves through their work or through their creative flow. And it may be now showing up in that part of your life, especially if you're finding blocks or you're having, you're procrastinating in what it is that you have to do. There needs to be some sort of review is what I'm getting. It's almost like the 7 of Pentacles energy coming through, of taking time to pause and look how far you've come. And if you are feeling down or you're feeling low and it's affecting, let's say, your working life or your social life, please make sure that you are reaching out to those that can support you, because it's okay not to be okay as long as you're not doing it by yourself. Don't do it by yourself. No one's an island. But there's a need to pause is what I'm getting, to rest, to pause, to validate yourself. This is more to do with feeling than it is to do with verbalizing for someone here. Just place these down here. Yeah, so someone's definitely dragging their feet. Someone is dragging their feet. I feel like this foreboding a little bit. Yeah, and listen, I'm not going to read any more of the cards, but like from the book, but underneath you've got the Reaper, and it's a number 32, which condenses down to a 5. This is a massive change coming in for someone. And it says, for the birth of something new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable. And this is talking about sacrifice, because it came out with that as well. There's something that has been left behind. I don't know if someone here's got like leaver's guilt or something. I had a lot of leaver's guilt when I left the last city that I lived in because I had a dog. And I felt so guilty at not being able to take her with me. My ex wouldn't let me. And she went through a lot, and she's now got her forever home. I was contacted, by the grace of God. She has her own, she has her home. She's safe. She's, all the medication that she needs, she can take it, But I had a lot of leaver's guilt, and for many months, I was so low. I was so saddened. I'd cry a lot over her because she was a rescue as it was, and I'm a deep feeler, and I loved her, and I still do. And it was a massive sacrifice leaving her behind, but it needed to happen. And someone here, this is what I mean by a sacrifice. A sacrifice doesn't have to be, sacrificing the job that you're doing. It could be that, and it could be that left a massive hole. Take it as it's appropriate for you. There's definitely a need to weigh something up though, because with what sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be, is talking about your life purpose. It's talking about your passions lead is something that will lead you into your life purpose, because your passions lead is something that lights you up. It's something that you could do all day and it doesn't feel like work. And if your passions lead is starting to feel like work, then something needs to be readjusted. And it doesn't mean that you have to throw the whole thing away, even though it said that in this booklet. For some, it may be that you need a different dream. Maybe you have someone here has gone off of track a little bit, because the thing is, our life purpose is our life purpose. Okay, and it seems like someone's either gone off track, or someone's gone off track because of grief, and they need time to actually just pause and see what they need. What is it that they need right now to light them up on a daily basis, rather than a 5-year plan of where you want to be? What does your inner child need right now? Ask her, ask him, ask them. Do they want to go for a walk in the park? Do they want to splash in puddles? Do they just want to, cuddle up with something soft and watch something on Netflix? There's a real need here to connect in with your inner child at present. And if this isn't for you, there's somebody here that is holding themselves back from connecting with you. And there's something about, because I can see someone shaking, like someone's nervous, really, really nervous. And I don't know if this is like triggering an inner child trauma or wound of not being able to speak up, but this needle in a haystack. There's this energy of searching for something, and it's so monumental. Searching for a needle in a haystack, you're never going to find it. So it's almost like the advice is stop searching for that needle. Stop searching. Just stop. There's a pause that needs to come in completely. Someone needs to pause and be really present with themselves. Because what sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be is asking you to pause, be present. And what feelings come up when you think about your past? Let's say in the last year, for example. Where do you feel sorrow? Why do you feel sorrow? What is it that you're grieving from? Really validate that. I don't know why this is coming up. I knew this reading was going to be a bit more heavy. I could feel it. But there's a need to really validate how you're feeling, what it is, where is the sadness? Is there any sadness? There might not be. But to be really open and vulnerable with yourself. I heard for someone they might want to paint a picture or draw a picture. And I know that there's a technique that I've used it before, and it's wonderful for kind of connecting in with your inner child, is to take your less dominant hand and to draw a picture of yourself when you were 8. And of course it's going to look all squiggly and stuff like that. And then to write an affirmation underneath or on top of something that you feel that they were missing, that they needed to hear when they were 8, and then stick that on a mirror or stick that on your front door, somewhere that you're going to see it every day, that you can speak to your inner child every morning, that affirmation. Okay, because you've got here something you thought finished burst back to life and sweet memories. So yeah, this is definitely getting to connect with yourself and Especially if somebody is used to kind of telling themselves that, well, I'm never going to get that thing because I've got all of this stuff going on around me. It's creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. And these two songs that come up, I'm now looking at them, right? Let's Get Physical and At the Car Wash. There is a need for somebody to, and forget about the actual lyrics of Let's Get Physical, because I know it's supposed to be like a spicy song, but it's been used a lot. And I think the video was like working out. Someone here needs to physically start moving their body, even if it's just going for a morning walk for 5 minutes and that's all you can do. And if you are less mobile and all you can do is walk from one side of the house to the other, do it. And At the Car Wash, this is cleansing away like grime and dirt and things that are unwanted. So someone here needs to, why am I seeing a swimming pool? That might be the procrastination for someone here to start swimming. For others, it's just getting in water every day. And I know that for some people that suffer from depression, washing every day can be really, really difficult. And it's a massive achievement to actually be able to get out of bed, go and have a shower, wash your hair and get dressed. Okay. And for that, this is the encouragement that your guides are giving you, that if that's where you're at, if that's all you can do through the whole day is get yourself out of bed, have a wash, get dressed, you've had a good flipping day. Okay, let's get physical, let's get up, let's do that. And even if that resonates, just walking around your house and then going back up to bed is all you can do, then do so. Okay, because a needle in a haystack is letting you know that if you keep trying to do too much, it's just going to become so big in your head. And this is why you have sweet memories coming out with something you thought finished burst back to life. There's a need to look at, when you're looking at past memories, to not only look at the negative, because when we only look at the negative, then we kind of change our past. We change our past. And I can't remember who it was who wrote it or where I saw it, but there was a saying that we can have 9 out of 10 times have a really positive experience, whatever that may be. And then that 1 time out of 10 that we have the negative experience is what we hold on to. And we will go and tell at least 9 people about that negative experience, more than we'll tell them about the positive one. And it's because it's ingrained into us when it comes to like the fight, flight or freeze. So if something negative happens, we keep that in our brain. We create that neural pathway that, oh my gosh, I nearly got run over, or I nearly this happened, or that person shouted at me, and we keep hold of that, forgetting the other 9 times when something really positive happens. But that will also distort the way that we look back at memories. And every time that you look at a memory, you're not drawing up the first time that happened, you're drawing up the last time you remembered it. So that will change each time. And if we're only looking at the negative connections that we have to past memories, and I'm not saying change them if they were negative, it's an encouragement to not only think about those ones, because in that year, let's say back in 15 years ago, and you had a negative experience, was the whole year negative, or was it that one experience that kind of changed your perception of what happened within that year? There's an encouragement here to be looking at memories that actually lift you up. It doesn't mean that you ignore the ones that hurt you or brought in trauma, but to raise your vibration. I hope by ignoring the news. I only watch the news once every 3 weeks. And it says, time to say goodbye, something is about to end for now, and it's upside down. And sweet memories. This is to do with like, why did I hear CBT, like cognitive behavioural therapy? Or something about changing the way that we perceive certain things, but looking at positive things so that we're bringing that into our life. And we've got the time has come, the time to act is now. Exactly. And then you've got 2, 3. So again, to do with change. Something is about to end for now. And this could be to do with your 4th house. This could be to do with Cancer, the moon. So this is emotions. And that's why I got the energy of feeling more than verbalizing. Tell me more. A magical protector is there for you. So someone may not feel protected at this time. Interesting. You've got reconsider your alliances and make new connections. This is the reason why I was getting such a focus on the way that we perceive the past. And the more that we pull that up and think about negative kind of experiences, maybe even with friends who let us down, the more that we kind of focus on that, well, where intention goes, energy flows. The more that we're thinking about that, the more we're drawing in like-minded people that vibrate at that energy. That's probably why Spirit is saying, start thinking about things that you liked, about things in the past that actually made you smile. Even that, if that is just where you've been doom scrolling on YouTube or TikTok and you saw a funny video of a dog, if that vibration made you feel good, go back to that memory rather than the memory of the bitch who stabbed you in the back, for example, excuse my language, because you've got glamour, intrigue and drama here. And then you've also got a magical protector is there for you. Reconsider your alliances, make new connections, and strange companions in stranger places. Challenges, use your imagination, and it's upside down. Because whoever this person is from the past, oh, wow, okay. So someone here has definitely moved away from a circle of people that weren't for them. This may be what someone here is grieving, or someone in the collective is grieving. Someone isn't protected or doesn't feel protected in any way, shape or form. I don't know if someone feels quite alone. If this is the person that, you know, you need to reconsider your alliances and make new connections, or if this is you. But this is, okay, so this is giving me, this is really giving kind of insecurity or paranoia, be that you or whoever it is that's been left behind. There does seem to be this energy of everybody that I make friends with or everybody that I connect with lets me down. And you've got, look, the thing is as well, is that you've got to realise with positive, uplifting new friends, there are people coming in. There are opportunities to connect with others. But if someone here is so focused on, I am a victim, I am on my own, I will never make friends, I will never be in love, I will always fail in business, you are bringing that into your reality because you're telling the universe that is where you vibrate at and that's what you want more of. And whoever it is from the past that made you feel like this or stabbed you in the back or did whatever they did, know that this is not something that will repeat if you don't want it to. And it's not dismissing how anyone feels, because being disappointed or being betrayed by those that you trust, and I know that myself from experience, is heartbreaking. But there's something here with validating yourself and giving value to your emotions, but not holding on to that and just that is it, nothing else. That is what I'm going to live in. I'm going to live in this grief of what happened in the past, and I'm not going to look at anything positive that may have happened throughout that, because it comes back to the book that I read from here, that even when we have people that we no longer have in our life, at points we enjoyed their company and they enjoyed ours. There would have been, and I'm not talking about people that have been in abusive relationships or anything like that. Okay, I'm talking about those where you may have had a friend or an ex-partner. At some point you loved each other, or at some point you laughed with each other. You laughed with this person a lot when you were young. You know, there are occasions that you can look back and go, that was a nice time, even if these times weren't nice, because there's something about the way that we are now manifesting in what it is that we think and feel. So someone at the moment, I don't know if this is somebody else glamoring, you know, or bringing in drama, or if this is just our own psyche, okay? Because right now the glamour is that someone feels like they're not protected. However, with positive, uplifting new friends, and then you have a mighty shield, that ain't true. You are very, very, very protected. You are very unheard by the utmost high for someone. You are very protected, but you have to believe in it. Someone here does not believe this. Can I get one more, please? Yeah, because underneath it says, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Something is about to end for now, and take care of yourself. So this is a period of pause, of taking time for yourself, self-care, and asking yourself what it is that you want. What do you wish to, what is it that you want to come towards you? What is it that you need to work towards? Because this procrastination, it's going back to that energy of, I know what I want, but I know it's going to be hard work, and I don't want to get into hard work. I just want to rest. Someone here just wants to kind of shut down a little bit. But if there's a life that you want, you have to go and get it. Because manifestation is a two-way street. It's not just going, I affirm this, it's going to come into my life, I'll raise my vibrations, and then people just drop onto my lap. That's half of it. The other half is going, but to do that, I need to, I'm going to go online, and I'm going to go on Meetup London, and I'm going to have a look at groups that do art, or they, practice Spanish, and you get out there, because otherwise these opportunities are going to sail past you. All right, because you've got collisions of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. There's definitely this energy of someone's frustrated with themselves. Yeah, look, you've got after sadness, happiness, sadness, after sadness, happiness, and hope return. So this is someone who's going through quite a tough time, but I feel like someone's either blocking out their guides, or they're not realizing that their guides are kind of leading them, because this butterfly is almost see-through. It's almost see-through. And it's just, someone needs to be reminded that their guides are with them all the time. And I'm not telling anyone that they need to just snap out of it, because you know what? I've suffered from depression before, and it's not something that is just, oh, you're feeling a bit sad. If someone here has mental health issues, if someone is needing to take their medication, take your medication, reach out for help, reach out to your therapist, to your doctor. Don't do it by yourself, and know that things are temporary. Everything is temporary. This day is temporary. How you're feeling is temporary. It will change. You have got positive, uplifting new friends coming in. But there is a need for someone here also to emotionally or spiritually remove themselves, it's more energetically, from the past experiences they've had with somebody who is a betrayer, or somebody who betrayed your trust. And if that's not for you, betrayed the trust of somebody in the collective. Akashic record, your Akashic records are open, and I will watch over you is in reverse with Wolf Moon. And then you've got the little wolf girl, it's all right to be alone. So for someone here, they may be working through wounds to do with abandonment, or being alone, or feeling lonely at this time. I know that many people are waiting for their soul tribes to come in, and for, to have those connections, but you can't wait. A needle in the haystack, and there's no point searching either. There's this energy of pausing, taking care of yourself, and then doing things for yourself, not because you're expecting this outcome of, if I go and do this course, then I'm going to meet all of my friends there, and if I do this blah 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 blah, then I will find this opportunity. There's a need to let go of what the expected outcome's going to be, and live life for yourself. Okay, your Akashic records are open, which is saying, especially with that number 43 condensing down to a 7, there is truth that will come to you. You don't need to go searching for it that way, because when you have a set idea of how you're going to gain that information, it becomes a lot harder to actually grasp. And that's why the needle in the haystack is there. When you go, do you know what? I'd love to do a course in Reiki for myself. I want to learn level 1, and I want to do Reiki on myself and my plants and blah, blah, blah. And then by doing Reiki, you meet somebody who's in your soul tribe, or you meet somebody who's in networking in business that takes you over to this place over here, to that place, but you can't foresee it. And this procrastination, it's almost like everything's too much for someone here. And I know better than you. Why has that come out? With I will watch over you in reverse. Why did we get I will watch over you in reverse though? Interesting. Who will watch over you in reverse? Who can't see now? Heed, wide counsel and listen. So someone is sad here that they're not. There also seems to be, I don't know if someone's got a block, because I've got a creative block before. I don't know if someone's feeling like they can't connect to their guides, or there's some sort of block in their guides. Because this one says new skills, advanced training, rapid improvements, the fairy ring. So there does seem to be some sort of block going on, but the more that you focus on it, the more you're going to block yourself. It's almost like when you have, when there's a name or something that you want to say that's on the tip of your tongue, or you're in a conversation with someone and you want to add to the conversation, and when it gets to your turn, you go to say it and boom, it's out of your head. and it's just there. And the more you focus on it, the more it pushes itself away. And the less that you hold on to it, the more it will come to you. And it's usually within about 5 or 10 minutes of going, oh, I can't remember, that it comes. That's the energy that's coming through here, because someone's really trying to force something. What else do we need to know? I need a drink. I'm so thirsty. Where did I put my drink? Oh my gosh, it was right with me. Oh no, not me as well. Where did I put it? Sorry, I'm going to have to search for that because I am thirsty. I got myself some pancakes this morning and a nice cup of coffee. And I don't know where I put my coffee. There, come here, you bastard. Right, let's have a look. What else do we need to know? Hold your vision is upside down. So somebody's feeling very unfocused. Yeah, I thought there was a block of some sort with intuition in reverse. So someone may be feeling a little, I heard burnt by the sun, or someone's feeling a little bit burnt out. And this is the reason why there needs to be rest. And don't ignore how you feel, okay? If you feel sad and you want to cry, cry. If you feel angry and you need to hit something, get a pillow out, punch it. Or scream or shout. Release it, release it. Anything else that wants to come out? Oh, yeah, look. The first word that comes out is balance. And this is 7th house, cooperation and your partners. This could be, I will watch overuse in reverse with balance. So this also could be, the thing is, if this doesn't resonate for you, this is for the person that's been left behind. This Miss Spiderweb of reconsider your alliances and make new connections. But someone here is either feeling left out or feeling isolated. It's like I said at the start that no man is an island, or no person is an island, and someone here is feeling very much like an island. Those are too many cards. I'm not taking all of those out. But the 7th house is Libra. So that's also looking at business deals. Why was I shown this? Why was I shown Libra and balance with I will watch over you? Clarity, please. Thank you. Okay, someone's feeling very indecisive about money, about a deal, about a job. Someone's having to heal quite a lot, or someone's being encouraged to. What's underneath? Hold your vision again, and it's in reverse. So we have here Sage of Higher Knowledge in reverse. We also have indecision. Don't make rash choices, or someone may be trying to make a choice, but they're being rash in how they do so. They may be rushing. This gives me that procrastination again. This energy of kind of like wanting to do it and then not doing it. Or making a really quick decision and then kind of closing their eyes afterwards so they don't see the result. And then you've got joy coming out. If somebody is stressed out over, let's say, for example, businesses. Say you've got a business and you have to do your taxes, or say you've got a business and you want to do marketing, but you have no idea how to do that. It's giving me this energy also of somebody kind of not really knowing what to do, but you don't have to do it alone. This is what I'm hearing. You don't have to do it alone. If there are certain things within your life that you can actually hand over to people that you trust so that they can help you out, do so. Because someone here is really kind of cutting themselves off or isolating themselves off. And you've got here, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, and wounded healer. The more that you're healing, the more this finances is coming in for you. The more that you're healing, the more that your finances are coming in for you. But there is something here that is being blocked. And it may be by someone that from the past. It may be someone that you had to sacrifice and walk away from. With what sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? And especially with underneath being hold your vision in reverse. So this Miss Spiderweb, reconsider your alliances and make new connections. There's someone from your past that may be sending some sort of evil light. I'm not getting like heavy hex work or heavy spell work or anything like that. But I am getting the energy of someone who is either very, very depressed, very sad. I was getting frustration as well. But there's someone that feels like they've been left behind, while with this joy coming in, with heed, wide counsel and listen, there's going to be joyful news coming in for someone in the collective when they kind of reach out to a professional when it comes to finances, when it comes to some area of their life that they're kind of postponing. I don't know if the next couple of weeks are going to be important for someone here. And it is giving me this energy like someone needs to do their taxes. Like if you are self-employed or if you are an entrepreneur, and someone is stressing out about this, go and speak to an accountant. Go and talk to them. Stop running around with like a headless chicken. Go and speak to them. That's what I mean by kind of like handing over certain duties or certain things that you don't have to do yourself. You can, and it will stress you out, and you'll be doing it all by yourself. They're getting hot and bothered when you can literally give it to somebody else so that you can work on your insides, within your heart space, within nurturing yourself, with the wounded healer coming up here. I am also getting that whoever this person is from the past, I don't know, that Sage of Higher Knowledge in reverse, with the heart space in reverse and the owl in reverse. Let me show it to you. This person was given the wrong information, or someone was given the wrong information, because this is in reverse. Someone was given the wrong information, or they were blocked from viewing information with I will watch over you. And they were blocked by a positive, uplifting new friend. And I don't know if that is on social media or if that is etherically. Tell me more. Who blocked them? Who's this positive friend? How they block them? How were they blocked? Okay. Got quite a few coming out, but the first one is you are good enough, and it's in reverse, full moon in Virgo. So this was to do with the 6th house. This was someone interesting. They wanted someone to feel like they didn't have, they weren't being shielded, that they weren't being protected, and that's what came out right at the start, right? Feeling unsafe, or feeling like your guides, you couldn't hear your guides. Someone here couldn't hear their guides, or someone felt unprotected. And this was actually a glamour. This was either an illusion that they'd placed on themselves, or someone else had placed on them, or had kind of encouraged, because you've got this Miss Spiderweb. I don't know if this is through lies more than spell work. This is like lies. I don't know if somebody was easily moldable or malleable, easily gullible. Challenges. Use your imagination in reverse. There's something here about not having to do that much to make someone be in grief. A time to take actions in reverse, and you've got adjustments are required, and confidence is your key to success, and it's in reverse as well. This was chipping away at someone's confidence. You have this is a frenemy. This is somebody, and I'm getting like from your last town, or a childhood town, or they don't live near you anymore, or you moved away from them. Heed why counsel and listen. With adjustments are required. This could be a therapist. This could be an accountant. This could be also to do with physicality, because we did have that coming through with Let's Get Physical. This is like someone coming in that you pay to mentor you in something, in an area that you're not that confident in, which is why you've got confidence is your key to success. Now, it could be therapist with you are good enough in reverse. It could be, I heard someone's got gut problems. It could be a nutritionalist. But what I know is that whoever it is that's going to give advice, they're going to be an expert in what they do. And someone here is umming and ahhing about whether or not they should spend that money on it. So instead, if you are not sure, there's something about your Akashic library. The Akashic library is open. So someone here may want to do some sort of automatic writing. If you are not connecting in with your dreams, or you're not remembering your dreams, you can do automatic writing instead, which is just where you get yourself into a meditative state. Usually you want to try and still your mind, do a little bit of breath work, even if it's just listening to some guided meditations, or listening to some sound baths and like calming yourself down and your nervous system. Have a book open, and then you write down a question that you would like your higher self or your guides to answer for you. And once you've written it down, you continue to kind of like relax yourself. You could listen to self-hypnosis if you want. Then you get a pen out, you close your eyes and you write, but you are not writing. You are not thinking about what's coming through. It's literally close your eyes, and what do you see, or what does your hand want to do? Allow it. The minute that you start thinking about what's coming next, stop. because that's you taking over. Just write and write, because it's usually a channeled message that will come through from God. It can be from divine source, it can be from your guides, from your angels, and it will give you the answer that you need to bring in more decisive action, okay, in what area you need to be kind of pouring into yourself, and what area you need to be asking for help in, okay, especially if adjustments are required, with time to take action in reverse and hold your vision and intuition. So there's definitely someone who is very indecisive about how they move forward. And I had stopped looking at the whole problem as a massive mountain. Look at each step that you have to take. Because when I always use this analogy, when I think about this, when I think about something being really monumentous or monstrous, really big, and how do I get over that, is think of like the mountain goats, the ones that are up on the steep. And it's like they're stepping on, I was going to say holding on, but they're not. They're balancing on like a crevice that's about that long or that big. How the flip do they get from the bottom all the way to the top? Because they're not looking at the whole mountain and going, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? They're literally looking at where they can put their first hoof and where they can put their second hoof, and then the third and then the fourth. And they get so confident at doing that. It doesn't even have to be the same mountain cliff. They can be chased by a mountain lion and still be able to pop themselves all the way up and get to the top and get away like that, because they practice that. They're not practicing how big something is or how overwhelming it is. They're literally looking where they can put their next hoof. What's the next step? This is what someone's been asked to do. Break it down into more manageable and digestible tasks for someone here. Because you've got Mars coming out and you've got Neptune. And we're talking about sacrifice, intuition, appreciation, and Venus. So someone here has definitely been, and this is what I mean at the start, the energy that was coming through was very much kind of, I'm a victim, all this issue's happening to me, woe is me. And look, sometimes we feel like this, and it's okay to feel like that as long as you are not getting sucked into that black hole, you know. Now, I don't know if this is how you are feeling or if this is how Miss Spiderweb, Reconsider Your Alliances, Make New Friends, is feeling because of something that they did to bring in grief, to bring in some sort of meaning that you had to make a sacrifice. You had to make a sacrifice to move on in your life, because you have got here masks, okay? Then you have sacrifice, confusion regarding, idolization of. There may have been advice that was given to someone in the collective that was a lie, that was purposely a lie to bring in a sacrifice that maybe you didn't need to make at the time. Or this person was trying to remove some sort of balance. They were trying to remove some sort of balance. Now, Neptune, and then you've also got intuition, and intuition is in reverse. So someone may be questioning what it is that they need to reevaluate. First, do you know what I would personally, even though this is just for entertainment purposes, is I'd first reevaluate the people that are in your life. Do they bring in joy? Do you feel comfortable around them? Do you feel safe around them? Do they make you, do they motivate you? Do they make you smile when you think about them? Or do they do the opposite? And I'm not in a position to tell you whether you should keep them in your life or not. That is really a personal choice. But that's somewhere to start, because again, the message that came through was about, it's less to do with vocalizing and talking about it, and it's more to do with how you feel. Okay, how do you feel when you're around these people? What sacrifices have you made for the greater vision of what is to be? Is there someone in your life that you feel that maybe you have to move away from because they don't make you feel safe, or they are not positive, they're not uplifting, they're not making you feel like you have a shield around you? If anything, they pull you down. You know, if you are the type of person that they always come to you for counsel, but then they don't listen to it, do you still want to be giving them that counsel? You've also got appreciation in reverse, and then you've got Venus, good times, pleasure, and the attraction of. Someone doesn't appreciate you moving forward. This also may be that someone doesn't they don't give themselves a pat on the back when they do something well. And it's coming full circle again to the start when we were talking about how Spirit is encouraging someone here, when you're looking into the past, to not only just focus on the negative, Try searching for the things that you really enjoyed. And if it's not with other people, it's a sense of feeling that you had in certain experiences for yourself. And that could be in anything. It could literally be on any given day, there's a memory of you walking along and putting your hand through a hedge as you're walking, and then sensation on your hand, and you really liked that. And it's holding on to those and building those up. Even if on that same day you had a massive argument with your partner later on in the evening, during the daytime when you were doing that sensory thing, it was really nice. Hold on to that instead. It's not dismissing how you feel when you're feeling down, but it's trying to encourage your brain that on days when you are feeling down, to go to your safe space or go to your happy space that is filled with all of those lovely sensory things, or lovely sights and smells and sounds and laughter and things like that. It's building up that library so that when, you know, even if there is someone in the background sending gossip or evil eye or whatever it may be, is when they're trying to attach to a wound that you may have, is being able to feel that and go, do you know what? I'm going to fill that wound with some light. I'm going to fill that wound with one of the memories that I had when I was 8 or when I was 15 or when I was blah, 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 that was really soothing to me. And I'm going to pour that in there. There's a need to do this. Because this appreciation's upside down. And I wanted to put the appreciation straight over this Miss Spiderweb. Reconsider your alliances and make new connections, because right underneath Miss Spiderweb is Hedgehog Love, which is positive, uplifting new friends. There is someone here from someone's past who is bitter that they've been left behind. I will watch over yous in reverse. This person may have, and I'm getting that there's a lot of talk coming from this person. And I heard talk is cheap. It's a lot of talk, it's a lot of gossip, it's a lot of evil eye, rather than anything else. And someone doesn't like that you've moved on with your life, and I will watch over you. There's something here about wishing that people would stop watching you, or people would stop listening to you, or people would not hang around with you. But you've got the 7th house coming out, okay, which is balance, cooperation, and your partner. So you have got something really beautiful coming in a partnership. And prosperity lies ahead, but you have to take action on it. There's a need to take action on something here, to pause, reflect, spend time on yourself, and take it in small chunks, small bites, small digestible steps, is what I'm hearing. Anything else? This one? No, this one. Okay, let's have a look underneath. See what wants to come out today. You got 10 of Gabriel here. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten the load. Come on, you guys. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. And then you've also got the Chariot coming out, and it's in reverse, and it says determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgement of success by others. Sometimes we need to reach out for help, okay? And you've also got Queen of Gabriel. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. Helpful people. There's this opportunity for help to come in, and somebody is, for some reason, they're dragging their feet. It's not going to be as challenging as you think it will, especially with challenges. Use your imagination in reverse. It's not going to be as challenging as you think it is. It's literally just taking that first step. Take that first step, seriously. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Anything else that needs to come out, please and thank you before I go. And we've got the 7 of Raphael. Take time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. Come now. Spirit is coming through. And you've also got here, Queen of Gabriel's coming out again, and it's in reverse. Passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. And I was saying at the start, there's something here about cleansing water. I heard blessed water. Someone needs to bless some water or get some blessed water and add it to their bath. A need for detoxification. Someone needs to drink more water. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people is upside down, because this is about what you think and feel. If you think and feel, I can attract anything I want into my life, you will. And the more that you are residing or connecting in with those happier times or energies and memories that lift your spirits, the more you're going to attract in people that vibrate at that level, at that vibration. And you've also got the Knight of Gabriel. Time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do, and it's upside down. Okay? Even if you don't know what to do, start small. It can be as small as creating a wheel, okay, on a piece of paper and sectioning it into the different areas in your life, and then looking at the parts that you feel that you need to place more attention into, the places that are lacking thereof, and not in a negative way, but maybe you're overworking yourself and you're not making time to socialize, or maybe you're socializing way too much and you need to focus more on, you know, on your taxes. I don't know why that keeps coming out, but it will give you, and then you can write yourself, someone here needs to do some sort of list of tasks for the day on where it is that they need to start focusing on. Make it small like that, okay? You've also got the Three of Ariel. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner, and that's upside down. So there is a block here. Someone's either blocking themselves, or there's a little bit of evil eye coming through, but not much. Nine of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. And last card, please. Last card. Last card. Last one to tie it all up, please. Anything else we need to know? Thank you. Six of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Now that was upside down. So I don't know if somebody here is in a bit of a financial pinch at the moment, and this is the reason why they've been either just ruminating over this, over being stressed out. Maybe it's stressed out about finances. Maybe it's being in debt. And you've got to remember that if it's not looking at, let's say, getting an accountant or doing your taxes, it literally could be that someone needs debt consolidation. And there are many charities worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you're watching this, there are charities that can help you. So even if the smallest, you know, steps is just going online and looking for different charities that will help you with your debts, for example. Many ones in the UK, they will take, what they usually do is, once you have kind of told them, well, these are all the different debts that I have, because I've had debts, you know, once you've had a look at all those different debts, you write them all down, you give them all that information, you give them all that proof. They then will become the representative of you, which means that debt collectors cannot come knocking on your door. The people that you owe money to cannot even email you. It goes through them. And whatever it is that you can afford to pay on a monthly basis, they split that between the creditors. And if it takes 2 years, if it takes 2 years to pay off, if it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. If it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years. But then that stress is taken off of you. And someone here needs to do this. Someone here needs to do this, if that is what it is that's stressing you out at the moment. Okay, one step is all you need to take, just one. And I'll show you that card. I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated, I'd love you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell. And if you are new to my channel, if you're a returning subscriber, I love you guys, soul family. Stay awesome. Hearts and kisses. Please know I've been having a lot of people ignoring my boundaries, unfortunately, when it comes to personal readings, and they keep sending money through my PayPal, and I don't know why. I'm refunding people who do this because I find it quite disrespectful, and I don't usually pick up and like to speak on things like this, but I do not take payment through PayPal. It's very, very rare that I do. And if I do, it's usually a conversation that I've had with the client before doing so. If I take money for services through PayPal, I get taxed, and then I have to get taxed again when I send all of my papers and stuff to my accountant. So this is the reason why I don't do it. But for some reason, there have been people that have just completely ignored me. If you've done this after you've been told not to, you will not get a service from me. You will not get a service from me because I find it very, very rude. I will refund you the money and you will not get a service. And you will have to find a different tarot reader to do it, because I think that it's a basic boundary. And if you are not waiting for me to email you back, if you are not waiting for me to, to give your name to my guides and give the green light and so on and so forth, then we're not compatible when it comes to me reading for you. So be aware of this, and those who have already done this, unless we've had a conversation, I won't be reading for you. Anyone that would like to have a reading, please know that I am only going to be taking people on for the next couple of days, because there are quite a few people that have asked for a reading. I'll be closing my readings in about 2 days, and I will reopen them once I've got through everyone. If that is something that looks desirable to you, have a look in the description box down below. If you would like to leave me a donation, you don't have to. You really, really don't have to. It's never expected, but it's always greatly appreciated. Please can you have a look down in the bottom. I'm really tired, I'm losing my words. That's the only thing that I do take from PayPal is donations. I'm going to leave it there because I'm super tired. Love you guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you later. Oh, I must also say that I am working at the moment on a membership that will have 3 tiers to it, okay? Look out for that. I will be doing, I have been thinking about doing for the top tier live streams and live readings where maybe once or twice a month I can do like mini reads on the actual live stream for those who are members. So watch this space. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye.